Yo, what's up, YouTube? Yo, you guys are amazing, bro. Love you guys. You guys been showing some support. This is a new video, bro. Alright, let's go. The worst elixir for every elixir in Clash Royale. Hopefully I said that right, and let's get on to the video.
There are currently 30 card evolutions in Clash Royale. While some evolutions are totally game-breaking, others absolutely suck. Today we're looking at the worst evolution for every elixir cost in Clash Royale. So let's start off. While some evolutions are totally game-breaking, others absolutely suck. Today we're looking at the worst evolution for every elixir.
Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, literally.
Cost in Clash Royale. So let's start off with 7 Elixir evolutions. The worst evolution for 7 Elixir is none other than the Evolved P.E.K.K.A. Now, I'm sure all of you remember how broken the Evo P.E.K.K.A. really was a few months back. I mean, she was literally everywhere. But ever since, Supercell has nerfed her pretty hard.
Wait,
these nerfs have made...
Is there any other 7 Elixir evolution? Is he just like saying that because it's like... Okay.
Evolved P.E.K.K.A. extremely weak, and she's no longer the force she once used to be. Her heal per kill was seriously affected, and now she just feels like, well, a regular P.E.K.K.A. only. Currently, the poor P.E.K.K.A. evolution sits at a horrible 40% win rate. Apart from the nerfs, the fast-paced meta doesn't favor the P.E.K.K.A. much either. Logbait and Lava Loon are being played a lot, and both those matchups are a nightmare for P.E.K.K.A. players. It seems that the Evolved P.E.K.K.A. has truly fallen off, although I think it's for the benefit of everyone that she remains dead for quite a while. We don't want another P.E.K.K.A.-dominated meta again.
We should play a Royal Giant deck. Bro, I just want to play the funnest deck there is, bro. Like, I don't even want to, like, play, like, a bad, like, no troll. Like, my goal is just, bro, to make the streams interesting, bro.
Despite the P.E.K.K.A. Evo being bad, she counters a popular win condition really well, and that win condition also happens to be our worst 6 Elixir evolution. As the worst evolution for 6 Elixir, we have the Evolved Royal Giant. He's actually quite a balanced evolution, which is quite rare for an Evo nowadays, but despite being balanced, the RG evolution has a 46% win rate, which is quite low for a win condition. The reason? Well, the meta is currently filled with decks and broken cards that counter the Royal Giant. Prince and Lumberjack are 2 extremely popular cards at the moment.
Relax, bro. Why do you sound so tired, bro? Like, I just realized, like, I want you to know, bro. Why are you so tired? Like, he's really tired, bro. I can hear him in his voice.
Giant beatdown, Mega Knight spam, and Logbait are everywhere, and it's really not possible for the Evo Royal Giant to survive in such a meta where every other card counters it. Imagine dropping your Royal Giant Evo, only for it to get tossed around the arena by the Evolved Mega Knight.
Yep. That seems about right. Like, any 1v1 that you put Mega Knight in, bro, 90% they're gonna win. And the 90%, then like the 10% is probably P.E.K.K.A. and freaking Evo Larry, bro. Like, that's it.
That's just sad. When the Evolved Hunter was released recently, people thought that the Royal Giant Hunter decks would be everywhere. But unfortunately that was not the case. The Evolved Hunter was actually not as overpowered as it appeared early on. Therefore, the Royal Giant decks didn't see much boost in their use rates despite the Hunter Evo release. Currently, the Evolved Royal Giant has a terrible 3% usage rate in Grand Challenges. Even on top ladder, the Royal Giant evolution has seen a massive decline in its usage, although it's still somewhat decent in mid-ladder. Surprisingly enough, in mid-ladder, it's actually paired a lot with the worst 5 Elixir Revolution. It shouldn't come off as any surprise when I say that the worst 5 Elixir Revolution is the Evolved Wizard. I mean, it just...
like... Bro. Like, I know I've been like a #1 hater of like the Wizard and everything, bro, but like if the Wizard got no haters, I'm dead. Like, I get it. But, like, as a hater, I can't hate on something that I don't hate about the Wizard, bro. The Wizard, not the worst 5. Like, bro, you Fireball or freaking Barbarian, like, evolution, bro, and you just lost, and you literally just lost Elixir, bro. No troll. I think, bro, that's not the worst 5 Elixir evolution, bro.
Downright sucks. In fact, it would have been the worst evolution in Clash Royale if it weren't for the next evolution on our list. We'll talk about the worst 4 Elixir Evo soon, but first let's find out why the Wizard evolution is just so trash. There are two major reasons for it.
Bro.
First of all,
like,
the
no,
meta is
don't get me wrong. It's trash. It's like probably bottom evolution, but just the barbarians. Like, you get value out of it so easily. If you literally have Fireball, and like I think Fireball is like top, like I don't know, probably top 30 uses cards. So like I don't think so.
harsh for you if you have an Evo Wizard in your deck. Goblin Steins everywhere, and it just provides far more value than any other 5 Elixir cards. The Goblin Steins ability wrecks the Evo Wizard, even with his shield on.
Ya tienes 45 años, la edad perfecta para volver a ver viejos amigos y comenzar a examinarte contra el cáncer de colon. La prueba de Cologuard es para personas de 45 años o más con riesgo promedio y sin riesgo alto de cáncer de colon. Pregúntale a tu médico si Cologuard es para ti.
Why am I getting it
Es un sueño total.
Okay. Okay.
As long as Goblinstein remains in the meta, the Wizard evolution will be unusable. The Executioner is much better than the Wizard in almost every scenario, and
That's
considering
true.
it has its
Don't
new
use the
evolution
freaking
now,
Wizard,
the
I tell
evolved
you guys.
Wizard's fall
Bro,
seems
like, I'm literally
inevitable.
number one
The current
hater, and
meta
there's a
also
reason.
favors
Like, I wouldn't
fast-paced
hate on
decks, which
something
further makes things
it
difficult for
wasn't
the
for the
Wizard
Wizard.
Evo. But let's say the meta improves. There is still another
that's
big
stupid.
issue with this evolution.
Wizard, bro.
Its
Like, no
regular
troll, I
version
think.
is terrible. The regular Wizard is one of the worst and most overrated cards
Yup,
in
thank
the
you,
entire
bro.
game. And because you have to
Thank
play
you, bro.
one regular Wizard before cycling back to
It
a
dies the
Wizard
void,
evolution,
bro. Like,
you're
what
already at a
more
disadvantage.
evidence do you need? It dies the void. One of the trashiest cards in the game. Lowest usage rates. It dies to that thing. Please stop using the Wizard. I'd accept the witch, bro. The witch sucks too, but like she sucks, but she's used by Jinxie and like by a lot of meta decks, so like she doesn't suck as much. The Wizard, like, no. Stop using that guy, bro. This guy actually sucks. Use the Xe, bro. Use the Xe.
It provides absolutely no value in most cases and is easily wiped out by a
It dies to
variety
poison,
of
bro.
spells.
Come on.
The regular Wizard makes the Wizard evolution worse for this exact reason, and it's clearly shown in the stats of the Evo Wizard. The Wizard evolution currently has a 43% win rate with only a 4% use rate. Those stats are total garbage, although they still appear okay-ish as compared to the worst 4 Elixir evolution. Alright, so the worst 4 Elixir evolution is the evolved Tesla.
Wow. That's crazy take. That's a crazy take. No troll, that's a crazy take. Yo, I don't even know. What 4 Elixir evolution is there, bro? There's Evil Tesla, Evil Ram Rider. Yo, I want to look, but I feel like that would ruin... Nah, like, frick it, man. Frick it, yo, I know we're going on Clash Royale. Like, okay, I get it. Okay, no. Let's see, bro. Let's see. What are all the level 4 evolutions, bro? Evil Furnace, Evil that. Those are not worse than the freaking Tesla. Yo, Goblin Drill, bro. Come on. It's Goblin Drill by a far amount. Okay, no, Goblin Drill still has value. I'm not even gonna lie. I can't say that's no. Evil Motor, no, definitely not. Musketeer. I haven't seen the Musketeer actually get good damage. Am I wrong for saying that the Goblin Drill is the worst? Like, I'm not gonna lie. It's not even close. It's a Goblin Drill, bro. It's like I haven't seen the Goblin Drill actually get value. Because it's literally like a Goblin Barrel, but shittier, bro. Like so shittier. Like, the Goblin Barrel catches you in a surprise. The Goblin Drill catches you when you're freaking good, bro. Like, I'm not even gonna troll. I haven't seen the Goblin Drill get good value in such a while.
Remember the time it used to be so overpowered with 2 pulses? Well, unfortunately, that's no longer the case. The removal of the second pulse was a massive blow to the Tesla. Even its damage received a nerf, and now it no longer one-shots goblins. Many pros consider the Tesla evolution not only as the worst for Elixir evolution, but actually the overall worst Evo in Clash Royale. Currently, the evolved Tesla has a bad 34% win rate, and the usage rate 2%. But to be very honest, I don't know why even 2% of the players are using it. Other buildings, especially the evolved cannon and the evolved goblin cage, are just so much better. The entire point of using an evolution in your deck is that it provides value, and it's the best card for a particular role, but the Tesla evolution fails to do that. Almost every other defensive building does the job better than the Tesla Evo. Consider this scenario for a moment. You can either defend a push with a cannon evolution plus Ice Spirit, or you can use the Tesla evolution. Now think, which one is the better alternative?
It's the same value. Okay, never mind.
It's most definitely the first one. Not only will you defend the push more effectively for the same cost, you will also cycle 2 cards and will be closer to your next Evo. And this exact scenario is basically what's happening recently. The only deck in which Tesla is considered somewhat viable is Expo Cycle.
That's what I'm saying.
But nowadays, even Expo players are ditching the Tesla. Many Expo decks are running Cannon Evolution at this point, something none of us would have expected a few months back. But Tesla isn't the only Evo that's no longer preferred by Expo players. The next Evo on the list also suffers the same fate.
Archer, 200% Archer. Archer, and I call it, like, literally, I call it.
Evolution for 3 Elixir are the evolved archers. As mentioned earlier, Expo players
I'm not even gonna look for the archers. Like,
archers are actually a decent evolution.
I feel like it's stuff
the single
explained.
major
I think,
reason why they
like, I
suck
haven't seen
right
the
now
evil
is
archer
arrows.
like actually be
Ever since
called
they
like
got
a
the
good
ability
evolution
to survive
since
arrows
the nerf,
removed,
bro.
they've been basically dead. They're extremely prone to arrows, which is basically everywhere in the meta, despite a nerf. Now, you might be thinking that the same can also be said about the Firecracker
No,
evolution.
but the Firecracker
I mean, it's also
is
3 Elixir and is countered by arrows. Here's the thing, though. Despite being weak to arrows, the evolved Firecracker still manages to get a single big hit most of the time. And if the opponent is not running arrows, the card itself becomes much stronger than evolved archers.
Yeah, that thing eats, bro. I've never seen a firecracker do this much damage, bro. Too much. It does too much
was used
damage.
a lot in Giant, Graveyard, and Expo decks, but now both those decks have replaced them with cards like Musketeer, Ice Wizard, or Archer Queen. You see, the issue here is that these decks don't really have a lot of arrows bait, so if the opponent has arrows, they will always save it for your Archer's Evo, thus making them useless in the match. Despite all this, the Archer's evolution still has a decent 50% win rate, but the issue comes with their usage rate, as it's really low at 2%. This kind of proves that Archer's evolution
Wait, that
is
means
a
that
very
the people that
situational
play
card.
Archer are
While it
actually
may be
skilled.
Más
Wait, am I
dinero y
skilled?
más sueños llegan a casa gracias a los excelentes tipos de cambio de Remedy. Baja la app hoy mismo.
Dawn Power Suds traps, locks, and removes 99% of grease.
It's the better grease cannon.
Grease.
And in some matchups, where the opponent is not running arrows, in other matchups, they provide next to no value, and often they're just a waste of 3 Elixir. Archer's evolution may be situational, but at least they're reliable sometimes. But I don't think that reliable and the next Evo on the list should ever be used in the same sentence. Let me explain to you why. You see, the worst 2 Elixir
let me guess. 2 Elixir deck? Zap, 200% Zap. No, Zap could be used. It could be reliable. I mean, I can't say a spell is not reliable. Like, if you miss a spell, that's on you, bro. It not being reliable is probably on you. Probably... I don't know, bro. I can't... Oh. Wait, I low-key kind of see it. It's Evil Snowball. Who's that Pokemon? Evil Snowball. Ah! I actually just hurt my bro.
in Clash Royale is the evolved giant snowball, and I don't think there is any other evolution as unreliable as this spell. There is something absolutely wrong about this card, and
That's
to this
crazy.
day I'm convinced that it didn't receive proper playtesting. It's an evolution I've seen pros avoid the most, despite having one of the highest outplay potential. While I agree that the concept is really creative, its mechanics are extremely weird.
Yes,
I mean,
it's a
half
really-
the
it's a
time
really
you
like-
want to push something away from your push, but the Evo Giant Snowball can't do that. Instead, it pushes the opponent's cards towards your troops, which sometimes can literally benefit the opponent compared to if you had a normal snowball. Consider this scenario: you have a balloon heading towards the enemy tower. Your opponent drops an Inferno Dragon to counter it, so you throw an evolved giant snowball right at its face.
It doesn't even get a fucking
Okay,
hit.
what
bro.
the heck was that? Instead of pushing the Inferno Dragon away from your balloon, it actually brings it closer to the balloon. The Inferno Dragon ends up
Hold on,
burning your
I'm gonna get a
balloon
pimple
because
if
of
I think
your
about it,
own
bro.
play. If you had the regular snowball in this
I think I'm gonna
scenario,
get it.
it would have been much
And I
better,
really don't
and the
wanna get
balloon
it.
would have gotten
Oh
a
my
hit.
gosh, oh.
Another major issue with this evolution is that you can't snowball enemy troops anywhere in front of the King Tower, otherwise it activates it.
Wow.
Yeah, that will definitely be a disaster. The giant snowball has a good 55% win rate, but a horrible 2% use rate. A big
Why? Wait, Jinxie doesn't use Evil Snowball? He doesn't.
reason for that is that it's a competitor to two most popular spells in the
Yep.
game, the Log and Zap. For 2 Elixir, people prefer to use those over the giant snowball as they are more reliable. 2 Elixir cards have just too much competition between them, and the giant snowball just fails to provide as much value as the others. But speaking of competition, both of the 1 Elixir revolutions are in a whole different contest with each other. It's incredibly hard to choose the worst one out of the Ice Spirit evolution and the Skeleton's evolution.
It's kind of obvious, bro. I'm not even gonna lie, bro. Whatever they did to the skeleton, like, it's so trash, bro. At least the ice, if you jump on them, bro, it can be like a push stopper, but bro, you put a freaking Swarm Destroyer, which everybody has a Swarm Destroyer. Stop trolling with me if you tell me that. Oh no, I have something else. I don't have a Swarm Destroyer. Yes, you do, bro. We all know you have a Swarm Destroyer, and the skeletons suck, bro. They spawn trashly, bro. I'm not even gonna lie, bro. If it's not Evil Larry's, I'm gonna start crashing out.
On one hand,
I'm not gonna start
the evolved
crashing.
Ice
I'm
Spirit
really
is so
questioning
great
your
on
video.
defense and is capable of stopping entire big pushes, combining the Evo Ice Spirit with a high damage dealing
Yep.
troop, and you can easily defend any push. But
Yep.
the evolved skeletons are no less. They did receive a massive nerf recently and went from 4 to 3 in number. Still,
Yep.
they have tons of counterplay potential and can actually steal the game for you from a losing position.
No,
I'm sure
they can't.
every one of you has won a game because of Evo skeletons
Nope.
chaining up on the
Stop
enemy's
trolling
tower
me.
randomly. Between the Ice Spirit and Skeletons Evo, it's a tough decision. Therefore, I
is.
think we'll leave it up
Truly,
to the
but-
stats to decide which is the worst 1 Elixir evolution. So, the evolved Ice Spirit has an 8% use rate
Holy
and a
fuck.
48%
You
win rate.
really like put it up to stats, boy. Bro, of course it's gonna be Larry's, but bro, the Larry's suck.
The evolved skeletons, on the other hand, despite the nerf, still have a similar 7% use rate.
Wait.
But their win rate is what's shocking about them. Currently, the skeleton's evolution only has a 42% win
Wait.
rate, which is actually quite shocking. It seems like the nerf actually hit them harder than I thought, and therefore
Wow.
they are the worst evolution for 1 Elixir. But do you
Wait.
know what are the overall best and
Let's
worst
go. Wait,
evolutions?
okay. Alright, so like the video, of course. Like the video. That was a good video, bro. No troll. I think I was actually entertained by that. And see